What's going on YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and in today's video we're talking about my boy Rain getting his brand new NV version, changing into Heo. You gotta see it. Dark Veritas is also getting their NV version. We're gonna talk about how worth it is for him, and we're gonna go into much more, just like a story event is coming out finally. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so looking at the news we have this week, we are getting our next Neovision banner already, and yes, they will be coming like every week or every other week. That's how JP had it, but along with a brand new Neovision unit like we have here with Rain, which he will be comparable to like Cloud, where you have to pull the red lightning nice Neovision crystal to get. We are also going to be getting our hands on either 1 to 2. I don't know if they're ever going to do 3, but I've seen 2 in JP. Neovision Awakenable units. So you're going to take your old units like Tifa and make them a bit stronger. That way you can keep up with the Neovision meta at least a little bit and play with your old favorite characters. They get a little bit of a different look as they transform. And then we have Bruce and Renora here. They're going to be from the story, and they're also going to be summonable, kind of like Barret. So this is kind of like the new banner that you guys should get used to of how it happens and what to look forward to going forward. They talk about they don't have some kind of special banner, sadly, for this, like no step-up function, no, summon 3 times, get an 11 pull, but they are giving away the overdrive ticket so you guys can exchange them every time you do an 11 summon, which I'm hoping they update with the rain shards in there, just like they had with Cloud, and some of the nice overdrive NV stuff we need to get our hands on. But let's look at my boy Rain. First off, he's looking strong. He looks older. He looks, it's a better look in my opinion than King Rain, and I loved King Rain. You guys got to know that I love Rain already from the FFBE series. He's my favorite character from FFBE by far, and he has a Reagan look to him a little bit here. That's what I'm saying. I think they nailed it. He looks a little bit older, a little bit more wiser, and a little bit more ready to kick some ass. Then we move down and we brave shift into Heo, which is absolutely insane. And at this point, if you're new to the game, there's nothing we can do for you, I guess. This is a little bit of a story spoiler for a lot of people out there. And I know a lot of going to see that in the comments. Gasp! Rain is Heo? Yes! And it is an NV unit. I think it looks amazing. And I feel like I gotta try my best to try to get a hold of this guy. And we'll talk about more about how he functions as we move down. As we've been over at the EX, Awakening rewards will be the same. You'll be able to get his Vision card at EX Awakening +1 and +3. Brave Shift duration, infinite turns like Cloud. And then we also have a 2-turn cooldown. His Brave Shift should function like Cloud's does if you've messed around with Cloud already. Looking at his STMR reward, we have Obliterating Crimson Saber. So just like the Buster Sword, we're getting yet another Crimson Saber here to mess around with. Attack 184, 2-handed weapon. Activate Power of the Sun. Boost fire damage of LB abilities and magic by 10%. So this is going to be the sword you really want to have on a fire user like Rain. If you want to build true double hand, because it boosts up everything, your damage you do by 10% there, which is going to be great. Again, specifically for fire users. Other than that, 184 2-handed weapon, not the biggest thing in the world for an STMR, right? And to get his STMR, you can either use a 100% STMR Moogle, or you have to get him to EX +2 in order to get that STMR Moogle that is specific to Rain. Next up, we have his Trust Mastery Reward, which I think is pretty good. Boost equipment attack when single wielding is equipped in both hands, and boost LB damage. Now, what I can remember from JP, and we'll have to see how they do it in Global if they change the numbers, the LB boost was 30%, and the true double hand was 75%, which is much higher than, well, I got 25% higher than a lot of our options we have in Global right now already had in the game, and that's to compensate for them raising the true double hand boost up to 400% cap, since the last update. Next up, we have the Vision card, and again, they're really trying to nail home, and I want to make sure you guys are aware of this because I have some questions in the comments below in some of my videos. You get their Vision card, specific one, from EX +1 and EX +3. When you summon an NV unit like Rain, like Cloud, you get a random one upon summoning, and then you get their specific one. If you want to nail it in, you have to EX +1 or EX +3. It's called In Order to Change the World. And it's going to give you level 1, attack 40. If you level all the way up, you're going to get attack +100. And at level 4, 7, and 10, you're going to get a boost to some of your defensive stats. Like, I think it's like 20% HP, spirit, defense, something like that. So it's going to be a little bit more of a defensive card than the Cloud one was with Mad Dash. Whereas Cloud just gave you a bunch of attack. It's like 50% with a greatsword, 50% with a greatsword. This is going to be, I think you also have to have a greatsword on, but it's going to give you more defensive stats. So if you're already maxing out your attack % stat, and you kind of are looking for other options here, this is going to give you the nice same exact attack stat that you like, that flat attack, which you can never get enough of, and then give you some defensive capabilities to make sure you can stay alive. Now let's talk about Rain a little bit. Again, we're going to have kind of a Rain showcase moving forward. I hope you guys like the way I'm doing the showcases. I'm going to attempt to keep doing them that way, where I don't just read the wiki, I kind of show you in game and talk about the units, but I'm going to have to use friend units if I end up not being able to pull, or I don't want to pull. So that's going to be where it kind of gets hard for a gacha creator, because you just don't have all the units all the time, right? So Rain is going to be a very nice fire damage dealer. He has some problems in his kit because his first form, he's going to be able to imbue fire and, you know, get ready to do damage, but to imperil, he has to be in his Brave Shift form. So unlike Cloud, where in his bike form, he imbues and then he imperils and then you're good to go, you kind of have to switch between the forms back and forth to imbue and then imperil and yada yada, and it really breaks into his damage. But an outside imperil of fire will really make Rain pop off as far as a damage dealer. He also brings a lot more than just being a damage dealer, unlike somebody like Cloud, where he's going to bring something like Beast Killer 100%, 100% LB up. This is for everybody on your team. And he's going to bring some other like defensive capabilities in his kit that allows also for fire imbuing for himself and for another partner, which is great as well. He won't be outproducing the damage that Tifa or Cloud could do, at least not in my opinion yet. Maybe if we look more into him, crack the code here on Global, we can push him up with a much better team. But Tifa and Cloud, even standing alone, can outdamage Rain pretty easily when it comes to this new damage dealers. But you can't overlook the Beast Killer, the fire damage up. When we're talking about Dark Visions, you're fighting against a beast who's weak to fire, Rain's going to be your man. And that's something you're going to really have to look out for in the future, is like if you're trying to build the perfect DV team, some of these units will be better than others in certain situations, as we already know. And Envy really, I think they really tried to make sure that Envy was like that, where the perfect unit isn't always just, well, it kind of is, but like take a Tifa, max her out, and just have her beat ass. You may be more interested in a Rain who could buff everybody's Beast Killer up, and you don't have to do that Master Bonds on and you know, maybe a Noctis or something like that kind of trick to make sure they pop out. So Rain overall, pretty good unit. Obviously Envy unit's going to be a lot better than the old units, but in terms of like, oh my god, do I have to have Rain? Nah, he's pretty skippable for a lot of people out there. And remember that Elena and Yoshikiri is coming out in September, so that's going to be something that a lot of people are looking forward to, those global exclusives Envy units, and we know how they like to do global exclusives. Moving on down, we have Veritas of the Dark getting the EX Awakening, or the Neo Vision Awakening, and you can see he actually looks like a Don, right? Like he looks like a G, right? Look at him. He's standing there with his fist out. He looks like a king. He looks like he's going to beat some booty. And he looks very nice. However, I want to warn against you guys when it comes to just making everybody EX, you know, Neo Vision Awaken and wasting all of your you know, Transcension Pearls or your Awakening Pearls and all that good stuff. You got to be careful, because again, weekly they're going to be releasing these units. Weekly they're going to have units become Neo Vision Awakenable, and with Global we have seen in the past with 7-star that they do change it up a bit. Now Veritas of the Dark is going to be a very nice dark damage dealer when it comes to, you know, DV, like we talk about. He's going to be able to do a lot of stuff, good stuff there. If we talk about his damage overall in the you know, grand scheme of Neo Visions, and you know, not talking about his dark specific damage for Dark Visions if you need to do dark physical, he's not that great of a character. He's not like Tifa. He's not going to be like Pyro Glacial Lastwell or Lauren when they come out. He's kind of just like, hey, yes, he does amp up his power. Yes, he will be doing a lot more damage than other units, so you for free to play, if you're not pulling for Cloud yet, you've been saving, you're not going to pull for Rain. Veritas of the Dark and Tifa are going to keep you on the up and up when it comes to doing damage in the Neo Vision meta. But again, you got to be really careful with these items, because who knows when there's a character that comes out that you really want to EX +3, and you want to make sure you have a lot of these materials in your back pocket. But overall, Veritas of the Dark just really gets a bunch of buffs to his attack damage, his, you know, how much damage he can do, and he doesn't really change too much from doing stuff like that. So that's my review on him. Dark Lord's armor, obviously great. And if we look at the soon TM coin shop, you should find Veritas of the Dark STMR Moogles in there now. And we'll look over that in the news, and shards. And it looks like they're going to be doing that for a couple more to make sure we're all adequately able to enjoy the Neo Visions when it first comes out. And then after that, I don't know what they're going to do. You're just going to have them. But if you look at how many Veritas of the Darks I have, it's going to be kind of disgusting. I mean, that's something I want to show you guys, and it's one of the reasons why it's like, hey, whatever. So we're going to go to filter this. We're going to go to 5-star base, FFBE. No, we don't need that max. Where is it, dude? I got to show this off, dude. Filter by unit name. I didn't put the unit name on here. And let's find Veritas of the Dark, and he should be right up here. And you guys know I'm ready to make him EX +3. I mean, you are going to get, that's the problem, is the Transcension Pearls, they're very rare. Those are the ones you got to be afraid of. But the Ascension Pearls, you can get them just by trading in dupes and stuff like that. So those are the ones you don't have to worry about too much. For me, I'll probably make an EX +3 and just have a good old time. Maybe EX +2, I don't know. At least go to EX +2 to get the Metal Gigantor, vision card accessory, or the experience card, so I can make my vision cards better as we move forward. But you could tell I'm ready for Veritas in the Dark to get his Awakening, I guess. So that's what's really good for a lot of players out there. We're going to talk about the TMRs and STMRs of Bruce here. We have Bruce's Dark Hat, attack 51, defense 20, activate magic time, boost light and dark resist by 30%, and chance of evading some physical attacks. Very, very high attack here on this hat, obviously, with light and dark resist on there and chance of evading some physical attacks. It's a very, very strong STMR for attackers. It's going to be great for a lot of attackers out there. Boost attack by 30% and boost attack by 40% when equipped with a gun. So it's 70% total if you have a gun on. TMR, not the best. And we'll review Bruce and Renora on their own banner. We'll have, specifically for them, we'll have their own review. Next up, we have STMR on Renora. Going to be Renora's Conductor uniform. 1700 HP, defense 50, spirit 50. Activate a Mother's Love. Reduce physical damage and magic damage dealt by machine monsters by 10%. And fill a B gauge every turn. So it's pretty strong, but specifically to get the most out of it, you have to be fighting a machine monster. And again, it looks like this is something FFBE is moving forward to, where units or their items are really good against a certain monster type. And that way you need to have, I think it's their way of spinning it, so you need to have like a bigger pool of units to be using to get the most out of the unit. You have to fight in specific scenarios, and that's just how it's going to be moving forward. Although, again, like I said, there's nothing to stop you from brute forcing your way through, not getting that extra just 10% attack or 10% defense on top, and just killing it anyway, as we've experienced in FFBE. His Trust Master reward is Trained Conductor, boost HP by 20% and defense by 40%, and restore HP every turn. Really not the best. I gotta say, I'm quite disappointed with their TMRs, both in Bruce and Renora, but hey, what can you do? And in Rain. Oh no, Rain's was good. Rain's was good. Never mind. I'm sitting here talking crap on Rain, and Rain's was actually good. Moving on, we are getting finally a story event. However, apparently the story event is coming out a little bit too early as compared to what's actually going on in the story. So be aware. You're going to learn a little bit more than you probably should know, or a little bit less if you're not going with the story all the way caught up. That's just what I've heard on Reddit and talking with my FFBE friends. But we're getting a story event, which I know a lot of people love and have needed. They need to make their Chris fill back up after those Soon TM missions had happened. You're going to get yourself some of this Dark Coat good stuff. And there's going to be some companion battles as well. Just a lot of rewards that we need to get our hands on for the future of pulling for maybe Elena or anything else you guys are looking forward to NV-wise. We also were going to get another Challenge of the Brave, so this is going to be similar to what we had with Tifa and Cloud that we have going on for right now with the Final Fantasy VII Remake. And as you can see, you will get the insignias here that you need to, and if you've been experiencing it and playing the game, you will need these to awaken their abilities, their NV abilities. So you are going to still want to farm this first off for the rewards, and second off, maybe if down the road you decide Veritas of the Dark needs to be awakened and you need to make his ability stronger, and if you pull an off Banner Rain and you want to mess around with his NV, you want to have these insignias in your back pocket, so that's very important as well. Scrolling on down, it's the unit intro quest for Rain, no big deal there. And then they talk about the new vision card. Oh, and they actually go over what it does. I'm sitting here trying to tell you guys from what I remember. It actually goes over it, which is great. It has a little bit of a sad scene here with Murphys and Hio on the side, which is actually pretty good. And like I said, if Murphys had a different name, her story is actually tragic. It's very important to Rain and my favorite character, but the name's Murphys, so I don't care. We have when equipped with a large sword, you're getting HP and defense. There's no spirit, excuse me. So it's HP and defense 20% as you move down. They talk about enhancing vision cards. You need to go to craft, enhance vision card, or you can go to item and do it as well. I know some people are having trouble finding where to enhance their vision card. They probably need to make something a little bit easier to access just by clicking on the vision card and probably click enhance on it or something. Some kind of shortcut there. Next up, we are having an FF Record Keeper event. So a collaboration going on. It's going to have to do with Item World. You're going to be able to get your hands on some NV tickets in here, guaranteed NV tickets, which is nice. And we have Tyro, which I'm hoping I'm saying that right, from FFRK. Now, I haven't played a lot of FFRK. I played it a little bit. My friends introduced me to it a little bit there, but I didn't try on it too hard. But I do remember him being like the mascot of the game, or very important to the game. So for a lot of people that loved Record Keeper, they're going to love to get their hands on this guy. And for anybody out there that likes to collect all the limited time units, get your hands on this dude, because he's going to be handed out here. And then we have Keeper's Cap, all the stats up by 25, boost LB gauge fill rate, not the best in the world, but that's a free unit here. Boost HP, MP, attack, defense, magic, and spirit by 20%, again, not the best in the world. But he actually looks very nice at least, and it's going to be an item world event, which I know if you're looking forward to NV units, or like for me, I didn't have Tifa ready because I'm an idiot, I'm going to be able to go in and boost up some of those equipment, for sure her STMR. A lot of you guys maybe just got her STMR in here to make sure that you're a more powerful Tifa. And going through item world is always a fun thing to do anyway. The story is going to be continuing for season 3, and I'm already behind on this, so I need to make sure I go through here. There's a new Blue Mage Fina ability to get, and I just have so much free lapis in the story. I need to get a hold of it. Like I've told you guys before in the past with season 3, the story for me is just way over my head as far as I'm just not enjoying it. So I'm letting it go. I'm letting other people enjoy it for me, and then I just read synopses or summaries on the internet as we move forward. There is going to be a record keeper collaboration reward, and we're going to receive 400 lapis, a 10+1 summon ticket, but it doesn't have NV on it. So this is something people were talking about where like we kind of don't like the, and I can kind of feel the same way. The 10+1s or the 5+1s kind of lost their luster when you couldn't summon an NV unit on it. So hopefully in the future we get some better and or enhanced 10+1s or 5+1s, but that's going to be something we get just for the collaboration with Record Keeper. Then we have Dancing in September login bonus. And you can see again with the 10+1 is kind of turning its head here. Again, rainbows aren't all the way gone. There's definitely reasons to be hyped. I'm still hyped about rainbows, but the chance of the rainbow cracking into NV really adds to the hype. And for it not to be there is kind of like, kind of sucks. And then we're getting 2 of those and some lapis in between, but at least you can use a lapis to summon for NV. Moving on, we have World Revisit quests that you guys are going to have to do, so make sure you get them done. They're going to be starting on the 1st of September, it looks like, Tuesday, so that's going to be more lapis in your pocket, obviously, so be aware that's going on. They talk about the ticket exchange. I think this is the ticket exchange being changed here. Yes, so you can get Rain Neo Vision fragments, so it's going to be just like the Cloud and Tifa as they show up here. As you're summoning on the banner, you're going to be able to exchange them for some nice stuff, and it's being added, so the other stuff should still be there. And then we have a Transcension Pearl, which is actually very important. You guys should have a lot of Ascension Pearls if you have a lot of dupes to trade in. Even on an NV unit that you don't want to enhance too far, you can kind of trade their dupes in anyway and then get some of those for a unit that you do want to make all the way up. And that's going to be about it that I want to talk about right now. They are updating the soon TM coins. I keep trying to talk like that to have Veritas of the Dark fragments and his STMR Moogle in there at the same time to make sure you guys can get Veritas of the Dark if you for sure want to max him out and have a good time with him. Does it actually, hold on one second, does it actually have his let's see, his prism? I don't think it's in there, so I think you have to have a 7-star already. Yeah, so they're not giving you the prism like they did with Tifa, but they're pretty much giving you everything else to make sure you can make a at least an EX+1 Veritas of the Dark to have fun with. But overall, guys, very excited about this week. It's got a lot of stuff going on. We got story event, new story quest, just the story has continued, and we have item world to be messing around with, and my boy Rain looking like a young Reagan with Rain, like, you know what I mean? His son, like father like son. I always thought his NV looked very nice. And we should have a CG animation, I think, on a release. I know in JP, because of the stuff going on in the world, they have to delay some of these CGs for these Neo Vision units, but I'm pretty sure Rain will be good on it. I think Global, because we're so far behind, we should never hit that point to where we get an NV unit without a CG, because I think that we already have Yoshi Kitty, and then Elena already has theirs, so that's going to be very interesting moving forward to see how much of a delay we get put into because of the stuff happening around the world. But overall, very excited. Like I said, I'm going to be summoning for Rain. I don't know how hard I'm going to go for him yet. I'm going to have to decide. I was going 30k for Cloud, maybe something like 15k to 20k for Rain, and we'll see how lucky, because we got lucky on Cloud before. But if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how you feel about these units, and if you're going to skip, I think it's very skippable for a lot of people. We have the global exclusives coming out, like I said. Subscribe for future content. Catch me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Claic Yuzolt, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.